What if there was a way for you and I to not feel so caught up in what is going on in our lives? What if there is a way for our thinking to be unlimited and to see all the options that we truly do have? On most days, it feels like we can barely keep up with what it is we need to do, and it appears as if no matter how much we accomplish, we should have accomplished more. We end up feeling exhausted and to an extent powerless in our own lives, asking ourselves the question, often, how am I going to get from where I am to where I need to be? When we awaken in the morning, it seems our thoughts start racing before we even have an opportunity to open our eyes and appreciate the new day. Yet, my sweet friend, even with all of the pressure that we feel and how frenetic our days are, there is a way for us to feel less stressed and enjoy our lives no matter how busy they are. The number one foundational tool as to how to accomplish feeling less stressed and pressured in our lives is to stop thinking so much. Now, before you turn off this episode because that seems like a ludicrous statement, I'll share with you that I worked as a mental health counselor and have a degree in art therapy. So finding ways for people to live a happier and more free life is part of what I've done professionally. You and I both know that we think way too much. If we added up in even just one day how much time we spent, quote unquote, trying to figure things out, well, it would add up to a lot of time, wouldn't it, my sweet friend? And yet, we don't really seem to come up with answers from that way of addressing life, where we try to problem solve continuously. What you and I truly want is to be happier in our lives, and overthinking, problem solving, searching for solutions does not usually result in a happier life. When we stop thinking all the time, opportunities and choices will absolutely open up for you and me. But how, on a practical level, can we do this? First, we need a reason to want to think less, and that reason would be we are tired and we want to be happier. We want life to go well. We know we deserve to feel freedom and ease, and to not feel mentally pressured continuously. With your well-being as the motivation, I'm going to ask you for 3 days to apply this simple principle. The simple principle is, every time you catch yourself ruminating, problem-solving, or even evaluating your life, you will stop yourself, pause, and declare, I will not think. Now I understand that may seem terribly absurd that such a simple statement could help you and I in any way, but again, I promise it can. That statement, I will not think, is much more than a pattern interrupt. When you declare, I will not think, you are removing from yourself the responsibility to figure out life all on your own. I understand you've felt for a very long time that you do have to figure out life all on your own, but I promise you, you do not. Even if you don't believe in God or any kind of higher power, nevertheless, when you simply pull back from trying to figure it all out and instead tell yourself, I will not think, the space that you are allowing your heart and your mind and life itself will fill in naturally with answers and solutions. Giving yourself the gift of mental space has endless benefits. And unlike meditation or breath work, when you simply stop thinking so much, you will not only feel better, but your life will naturally, permanently, and positively change. There is an old proverb, "Do not despise small beginnings." We as human beings often believe that something simple cannot solve what seems complex, but do not despise your small beginnings, my sweet friend. Just 3 days of telling yourself, "I will not think," that small beginning allows all of the options, all the possibilities, and all the energy to enter into your precious life through the mental spaces you have created. Maybe you feel, my sweet friend, that the issues in your life are so complex that such a simple tool could not possibly help your life to change. Yet, I say, with all the love in my heart, that I want you to thrive in all ways, and I'd much rather see you, my sweet friend, spend the next 3 days giving yourself mental relief and allowing life to fill in with answers than for you to spend another 3 days suffering in your thoughts and feeling alone in trying to figure out life. You are so much more powerful than you believe, and I'm here to remind you of who you truly are. If Swanky Genius encouragements helped your heart, we'd be ever so grateful if you liked, commented, subscribed, shared our podcasts, and check out our book, journal, and coloring book series featuring Lamp the cat and Swanky Genius the bird, who are whimsical best pals at swankygenius.com.